Hello and welcome to this video on SQL aliases. SQL aliases are used to give a database table or a column within the table a temporary name. SQL aliases are useful where there are more than one table involved in an SQL query, where the functions are used in a query, where column names are either too big or not quite readable, also where two or more column names are combined together. These are some of the instances that aliases come in handy. In a nutshell, the aliases are used to make the column or table names more readable. They are also used to make the query shorter, whereby you have column names or table names that are long. By using temporary names, you make your query shorter to write. I have got my Toad4 Oracle editor opened and I have pre-written some scripts to save some time. On line 1 is a simple select statement to return all the data from the employees table. So if I run that, that's returned all the data from the employees. On line 3, it's a select statement to return all the data, columns and rows from the destination table. So if I run that, so this is all the data from the destination table. In line 5 to 7, I have written a script and I have used an alias. I've used an aliases here. I've combined columns from two tables, and the first one here in line 5, I've done a select, and then E specifies the table. Then after the dot or the period, you specify the column name attached to that table. So I've got E last name, comma, E salary. E means the employees table. And then E means also here, E means the employees table. So E salary, so the salary column from the employees table. And then I've got the D. D is the destination table. So we've got the D.city, the city column, which is this, that belongs to the destination table. And then we've got the country column that belongs to the destination table. So I've used aliases E and aliases D to identify the table name. When creating aliases for table names, the aliases is defined in the from clause on line 6 here, where I've got my from clause. That's where I have defined the aliases. So if you notice here, I've got from. From is usually where you specify the table names. So I've got the from here, and then I've got the table name in full. And then I left some space and then gave it an alias. So the alias I've given it is E, which is what I have used in line 5 in the select clause there. And then destination also is the other table name. And then I gave it space and then gave it an alias of D. So it's important to know that the aliases for the table are specified in the from clause. So the from clause is where you define or specify your aliases for a table. So in line 7 here, it's a continuation of the script where I've specified a filter to filter the department ID that belongs to the employees table. So it will filter this data, any of these values here that matches this criteria will be returned. So I'm selecting data from two tables, employees table and destination table, and I've used aliases E for the employees and alias D for the destination. So if I run that here, it has returned some data. So this column is from the employees table, this column is from the employees table, which is this last name, salary, and then the city and the country from the destination. In line 9 to 11, it's exactly the same script, but I have not used an alias here. So if you notice, this script is a lot longer compared to where I've used the alias in line 5 to 7. So this is the same script from 9 to 11, but without an alias, you can see the script or the query is longer. So using aliases can help shorten your SQL statements or query. So I'll run this and it should give me the same results. So if you notice, it's got 385 rows. So if I run that, it's giving me exactly the same. I've not used any aliases here, but the script is longer compared to where I've used an alias. I've got another script here that creates an aliases for column names. So the column names are specified with the select keyword. So wherever you have the select keyword and you want to create aliases for the column name, that's where you would create it. So I've created 2 aliases here for the columns, for the table columns. So the table first name here, I have given this, the first name is the actual name of the column, and then I gave it a space and then gave it an alias. So F name here is the alias. I've given this column first name and then a comma, and then the second column is called last name. I've left a space and given it an alias of S name, and the from is the table where these columns are from. So if I run this, I should have 2 columns. One will be F name, the other will be S name. So I execute that. It has returned 2 column names, F name being this, and then S name being this. So the S name is the alias for the last name column, and the F name is the alias for the first name column, and the from is the table. So this is how you would use aliases with a column name. So when specifying column names, aliases for column names, you define it within the select statement, whereby you have the select keyword. That's where you specify or define the column name. In this video, we went through what SQL aliases are. Aliases are used to create temporary names for database tables and column within the database table. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and bye for now.